This is Matrix Lord 212, and this video is going to be about depression. That feeling that you get when there is no way out. A mindset that while you fall and lay on the ground, you just don't get up. Okay, this is something that everybody goes through, whether it be, the loss of a parent. You could lose a child. You could have gone through a divorce. You could have money problems. Whatever the case may be, at some point in time in your life, you may experience this where everything comes down around you. And, you start to get, sad and more sad than ever. You get overwhelmed. You get where you feel, why even, why does this happen? In some cases, people feel that, why go on? And I got to tell you that, there are days like pockets to your pants, where a pocket where brief moments where there are other, there are, think of it like, the sun. See the sun? You'll wake up one day and you'll see how bright that is, okay? And you'll realize that, you know, it doesn't have to be this way. You could make something from nothing. You could get yourself out of this freaking rut. You could climb. And that's the whole thing, like I try to do in my personal life, teach people to climb out with no energy at all. To reach for something better. Okay, and it doesn't have to be where, the only person that can get you out of depression is yourself. And it doesn't have to be for like months or days or years or a decade. You have to, you have to open your eyes. You have to see other things that you have never seen. You can't close your mind to the possibilities and the solutions that will help you out of this mess. And you have to believe, you have to have faith that there are better days. There are better ways to come out of the darkness, out of your pit, out of what seems like an no alternative world. Okay, there are things you could do. Okay, just by getting out of bed, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, dressing nice, going outside, walking. Just by walking, you can get a new perspective on things. Just by listening to music. It could be anything that could trigger you to wake up to your shake-up, to get out of this bottomless pit that you have fallen into. Okay? And never measure the distance. Never feel that, there's too much. There's no way out of it. You can get out of it. Okay? Don't pay attention and just climb. Climb until your hands are bleeding. Climb until there is no feeling. Climb until you pass out. Because if you don't, you will forever remain grounded in the mud. And the thing is that what I try to teach is that, you have to believe in you. You have to have faith. Pray. Pray every night. Go to church. Even if you don't go to church, or if you don't believe in that sense and you believe in God, then pray at home. Okay? Find something that means something in your life. Okay? And get out of it. Get out of it. Dream. Daydream. Picture a world where you're out of the pit. Picture a world that you want. See the person that you want to be. Okay? And become that person. You can get out of depression just by, it's so stupid, but you can get out of depression by just buying a new shirt or an outfit or a new pair of shoes or something, because something could just like, snap, and you could say, hey, you know what? If it's like a financial thing, you can say, hey, you know what? I want to better myself where I can buy more things. I want to better myself where, I could pay off all these bills. I want to better myself where I could look nice or I could meet someone or I could, you have to strengthen yourself before you can even meet anybody. Okay? You can't even go searching for it either if you wanted someone in your life. You have to better yourself where you're stronger, where you don't need it. And when it least happens, like when you least expect it, it happens in the romance part. I mean, there's a lot of forms of depression, whether it be financial, whether it be health, whether it be, romance, even your health. You have to do things, okay, that, and ultimately stress brings down your health. If you don't eat, it doesn't matter what you eat technically. Even if you eat the most healthiest, if you're depressed, if traumatic experiences like flow into your life, no no matter health food will work either. You get depressed, your body chemical changes, and you are done. Okay, so listen to music. Sometimes you listen to music and you know what, you just put the headphones on, and you know what? You're in another place. Go to a movie. If you never, if it's something you've never done, like say you're off from work or you're home, and you've never done it, do it. Just go to a movie for no reason. Go out there. If everything's going wrong, do something different. Go out there. If you are, like say, you've never visited certain places, go. Sometimes just drive, or sometimes just take a bus, or sometimes just go. Do something that you wouldn't do. Do something where if you woke up, you say, "Wow, I would have never done this in a million years," or "I would have never done," "I would have never went to this place." Sometimes even look, even when you know the money is low, sometimes you have to do stuff for yourself too. You have to do stuff to get, whether it be a simple thing like ordering food, or I mean, sometimes people are just so down because the bills are overwhelming that I have had that time plenty of times before. It's like mac and cheese, man. It's like, for me, not for, when my kids come and they eat like kings, but I'm saying like, for me, like I have so much stuff to pay, and I would love to order pizza. I would love to do this, and sometimes it happens like that, but sometimes you need to say, hey, you need to take risks and say, hey, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something to change this freaking state of affairs. And you got to get out of it, man. You got to get out of it. This video, if it does anything, maybe it could wake you up to do something different. Okay? Do something different. Maybe it could put ideas in your head. Maybe this face will sink in to your dreams and say, hey, snap out. Okay? So, a lot of times I'll do, videos about sci-fi and different things. But in my spare time, I write books to help people out of depression, from learning from my experiences, from, I put my emotions into the story, and I create a whole world of characters where, it tells a story, it tells poetry, and you could relate. You could relate. And I'm not here to sell my book. I'm here to, if this video is to do anything, it's to, bring awareness that, every day doesn't have to be the same. There doesn't have to be a routine. There doesn't have to be a schedule. You could break the cycle. If you wake up every single day and it's the same thing, you get coffee, you have your breakfast, whatever, you mope, you think, oh, how am I going to do this, that, this, change it. Change the line of thinking. Change the path you take. If you walk to the right, walk a little bit to the left. If and don't be an evil person, be a good person in life, but you sometimes have to do things different, you know? Maybe it's a pet that could, just by spending time with your pet, that it could wake you up to, wow, look at this creature that loves me so much, anything. It could be anything, okay? Sometimes, what I always do is, I always tend to try to help people when I can't even help myself. And by helping people, I help myself too, because, you wake up, and depression is a terrible, terrible thing. I went through it. My father went through it. You know, friends have gone through it. And in some cases, the saddest thing is that I've known people that have gone through it and just ended it. And that's something you should never do. You should never think that there's no solution. You should never think that it's too overwhelming, that it's just, too too much, and you got to carry on. You got to carry on upwards and onwards. I think that's from a sci-fi or something, but you have to go, man. You just have to, like Alonzi, you have to go. You have to continue. You know, People could bring you down too, but don't pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to the hate. You must succeed. Okay, you must climb. Climb. You must rise. You must climb. You must see how important you are in the world. You must see that anybody can make a difference. It doesn't matter. Even anybody. You could be homeless and you could do the most greatest thing in the world. You know, Everybody has their part to play in this world. Everybody is special. Everybody is important. You know, and you need to realize that. People need to realize that they'll look at themselves in the mirror and they'll get disgusted. Change it. Whether it be a haircut, whether it be shaving, anything. Change it. Change your way. Change your path. You know? Take a risk. Whether if you don't try, you gotta try. Just try. As I say in my books. Try. Try to make yourself better. Try. Go out there and do it. Just do it, man. And don't even get wrapped up in, even if like you have, like, it could be anything with your problems. Anything. Step out of it. Step out of your life for a minute. Distract yourself. Go do something. You don't have money, go walk. You can't walk, put headphones on. Listen to music. Can't do that? Just close your eyes. Close your eyes and picture yourself somewhere else. Picture where you want yourself to be. And then when you open your eyes or when you wake up from your dream, you make that dream a reality. Okay? And, that's it, man. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible thing. It's a terrible thing in life when, you're a good person and people don't like that. They get jealous that, their lives are not where they need it to be. So, if they have a connection to you, they hate on you. And in this sense, I'm bringing myself up too, because, when I got out of my depression, I wrote Sorrow Separation. And, at first, people, they were proud of me, everything, but then some other people, they hated. People that I knew for years had hated on me. They started picking. They started nitpicking and saying, "Oh, look at this! Like, oh, I bet anybody, if he could write a book, anybody could write a book." They started like ripping and ripping and ripping, and then you get to see like truly the haters that have always been there. And you're thinking, oh, some people could be you thinking they're your friends, but they're not. And that's the ultimate thing that I found out. So you have to, you know, what, in some cases, be stubborn. You know what? If you feel in your heart you believe something so strong that if a million people told you different, you would not believe it, that you believe that, you're doing right, then do it. Don't fall in. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. You know? And I'm using comedy now, like Captain Kirk, What Starfleet was like, you can't do this. What did Captain Kirk do? What did he do? The Earth was going to get destroyed. He went back in time and saved the whales and everything else. Did he listen? No. Did he lose, his admiralship? Sure. But you know what? He did what he had to do. He took a risk, and he wound up saving the whole Federation of the Earth and everything. So that's like, sci-fi comedy, But same thing like the Doctor, too, goes around saving everybody. I mean, that's it. You have to be, in reality, in real life, you have to be a good person. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated. You have to rise, man. Get out. Get out of it. you know, and depression is the most horriblest thing. And as much as they say they have medicine for it, there's not. There's no there's no drug that can get you out of it. You know, my mom was in depression. She's in depression. They could up her dose to 1,000,000%, and she'll never get out of it unless she wants to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, you know, my mom was depressed, and you know, she's got to get herself out of it. You know, she's gotten herself out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, only you can get out of it. You got to get out of it, man. You got to get out of it. It's a simple thing in your head that when the light bulb clicks in your head, you realize the path that will lead you to better things on your horizon. And you know, like I say in the books, you will hear tomorrow's song. You will know what you want to do. You will know what you must do to better things in your life. You know what path you must choose. You know, and you know, Destiny's Calling. All these books that I write, you know, Loss of Ways. You need to get out of the dark days. You need to get out, man. And that's, you know, like I said, if this video does one thing, maybe I can be annoying enough where you remember it. You know what I mean? It's just wake up, man. Just get out. Get out of this depression. You know? Some people go through a little depression. Some people go through massive depressions. You know, and that's the thing. Depression is just a wasted time in your life where you're dwelling on the past, and you're dwelling, and you're dwelling, and you're dwelling, and while you're dwelling, time passes. Days, months, years, and you don't even realize it. Every single day, you could be dwelling on it. You know? When my dad died, that was like the most worst day in my life, and someone took the opportunity that day to try to destroy me because they saw me being down. And you know what I gotta say? My dad was probably looking over me, or God was probably watching over me, or angels or something, because you know what? I wasn't weak to get destroyed at all. I was stronger, and I don't know how. But I gotta say that, you know, you have faith, you believe in God, and you know what? You just have to do whatever you can to better your life. That's the most important thing. There is always an option. Okay, and you know, I feel bad. I feel bad that, you know, there's some people you can't reach. Some people that they just think that the end is a way to justify the means, and it's not. It's not. It's not. That's the one thing it's not. You have to keep trying and trying and trying until you get out of your depression. You know? And that's my crazy long rant today. That is, I guess you may think it's uncharacteristic of me, but this is what I go through. You know, I mean, I pour my heart. You know, you guys see me as, you know, doing the real Hoovians cast, or hanging out with my buddies on YouTube and making all these podcasts, and I do science fiction, and I do action, and I do, you know, comic books and everything. But there's a real life out there besides YouTube, and this is what people do. Like, I write books, I try to do book signs, I try to, you know, I put all my energy besides that into books, you know, like Sorrow Separation. And this is not a plug. You know, I don't, you know, I'm not, you don't see me putting links down here to buy, you know, I mean, I'm sure on the side of YouTube there's links for my websites, but, you know, I mean, that's it. When I say Loss of Ways, I mean it. You know, it's, you know, just even not even buying my book, looking at the cover, maybe that will wake you up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help. That's all. And this is what I do, you know, in my spare time. And you know, this is, you know, and besides that, you know, you know, there's wonderful things in your life that you need to magnify. You know, so hopefully, you know, this message will get to all the people, friends, enemies, everything, and maybe even my enemies need to, like, you know, make their lives better too. You know, maybe this could wake them up. Maybe they can't stand me so much they want to make their lives better. I don't know, but you know, that's it, and that's my message for today. And you know, I want to thank everyone for watching me and these crazy videos sometimes I have, whether it be, you know, Doctor Who, you know, shows, or, you know, science fictional movies or comics, or just chilling, talking to friends, or, you know, anything. Thank you so much for sticking with me. all my subscribers, and dislikers. And thanks to all my friends, man. Friends are the most powerful thing. Sometimes friends are better than family, to tell you the truth. And, just want to thank everybody. And the future is bright. Brighter than sunlight. And there will be more books from me very, very soon. Hurricane Sandy took a terrible, terrible turn for me. But, rebuild, baby. And you know what? Things are almost perfect. Well, not perfect, but things are almost back to routine. And, it's time to shine. So, wake up to your shake up. That's all I could say. All right? And have a great day. Sun's out. We're going to do Who Harmony soon. And we're going to finish a brand new book, guys, that is coming. Hopefully, when I can get all these other bills paid. All right, guys. Have a great day. Be good.